Every day, billions of cells in your body die and billions more are created. The cells in your body follow the cell cycle, a process with four key steps by which a cell grows, replicates internal material, and either dies or divides into two new daughter cells. The cell cycle is critical for life. If cells didn't replicate, there'd be no way for your body to replace the 50 to 70 billion cells it loses every single day. The cell cycle is important for less complex and single-celled organisms too. Cell replication is how these organisms reproduce. Mitosis is often confused with the cell cycle, but mitosis is not the same as the cell cycle. It is, however, part of it. Mitosis is the process by which a cell splits into two identical daughter cells, something that takes place at the end of a typical cell cycle. Mitosis is just one possible pathway for cells, though. Those that have undergone terminal differentiation will not experience mitosis. These cells will die. In simple organisms, all cells can undergo mitosis. This is the last stage in the cell cycle, where a cell splits into two identical daughter cells. In more complex organisms, including humans, not all cells undergo mitosis. Many of the cells in the human body, muscle cells and neurons for example, are highly specialized. These specialized cells don't undergo mitosis themselves, but rather rely on pluripotent cells to regenerate. In addition to specialized cells, the body relies on large quantities of non-specialized cells called pluripotent cells. Pluripotent cells are able to undergo mitosis at the end of the cell cycle instead of dying. Most of these cells create more pluripotent cells to act as a reserve of sorts. When some pluripotent cells divide, however, they create specialized cells. Why don't all cells divide as part of the cell cycle? If cells can reproduce by splitting in two, what purpose would it serve for some of them to die? Cell death happens because the cell cycle is not a perfect process. The process of mitosis, where the cell splits in two, is finely tuned. It's controlled by the genes in the cell nucleus. But every time cell division happens, there is a chance that something could go wrong. The more times a cell divides, the greater the risk. When cell division goes haywire, dangerous cancer cells can form. This is why most cells in the body die off after terminal differentiation. Cell death is the body's way of minimizing the risk of cancer. Stages of the cell cycle. The cell cycle is a four-stage process. Every cell in your body will be at one stage or another at any given point of time. The first three of these phases, G1, S, and G2, are collectively referred to as the interphase. The biochemical level of coordination of these phases and their timing is controlled by the cell cycle control system. The cell cycle control system uses CDKs, cyclin-dependent kinases, to trigger different stages of the cell cycle at the right time. Here are the four stages in the cell cycle. The G1 gap-1 phase. Cells undergo growth during this phase. The S synthesis phase. DNA replication takes place during this phase. The G2 gap-2 phase. The cell grows further, and protein synthesis occurs during this phase. The M mitosis phase. The cell stops growing and instead splits into two new cells. What happens during the G1 phase? The G1 or gap-1 phase is the first stage in the cell cycle. In humans, the G1 phase typically lasts for 11 hours. It is a stage that is characterized by cell growth and the synthesis of proteins as well as mRNA. The cell also replicates certain components such as centrosomes. Both of these are critical to DNA replication, which takes place in the second phase. During the G1 phase, the cell monitors its environment and its growth to evaluate whether or not it's ready to undergo the next phase. This regulation process is controlled by varying levels of G1/S cyclin, which triggers cyclin-dependent kinase activity. At sufficiently high levels of cyclin-dependent kinase activity, the cell moves to the S phase. If the cell is in adverse conditions, it might also go into the dormant G0 phase. What happens during the S phase? The S, or synthesis phase, is the second phase in the cell cycle. The S phase typically lasts for 8 hours. This phase is crucial since it's when DNA replication occurs, meaning that it is tightly regulated. During the S phase, active regulation forks are created out of pre-regulation complexes, protein complexes which were produced during the G1 phase. Active regulation forks are the sites where DNA replication takes place. In order to function properly, DNA has to be packed into structural units called nucleosomes by proteins called histones. Because of this, histone production also takes place during the S1 phase. When DNA replication is complete, the cell will contain twice its usual number of chromosomes as it moves to the G2 phase. What happens during the G2 phase? Once the cell's DNA has been replicated, it enters the G2 or gap2 phase. G2 can be thought of as a final checkpoint phase, and it typically lasts for about 4 hours. It gives the cells further time to grow and ensure that everything's been duplicated correctly before mitosis actually takes place. The levels of cyclin, called maturation promoting factor, determine how long a cell will remain in the G2 phase prior to mitosis. What happens during the M phase? The M phase, or mitosis, is the final stage in the cell cycle. Mitosis is the shortest phase in the cycle and lasts for just 1 hour. It is when the cell physically splits into 2 identical daughter cells.